Hi, my name is Karen Janaszewski, otherwise known as Kay, and I am owner and creator of Uplevel U Music. Here is the truth that you need to know about teaching your students to sight sing. In fact, here is maybe the biggest problem that you have right now. It's thinking that this is difficult and will take you a long time. But that may not be the end of the problem. It actually gets worse. Wait, why? Because it'll mean that your singers will also take forever to learn their choral parts, especially like the harmony parts in your choral repertoire. And it also means that your students are really getting little to no time learning how to actually read music. They're probably just learning their parts by ear as you drill it with them using like a piano. And worst of all, general music and choral and voice teachers can't get past the idea that this is a skill that will take your students a ton of time to achieve if you were to teach it outside of just running through your music. Luckily for you, there is now a solution to your problem. So, if you're a general music and choral or voice teacher who really needs to have your students reading better, but you can't figure out a fast and easy method to do so, here is the solution that you've been looking for. Introducing How to Teach Sight Singing. It's just a simple online course, and it gets you a few professional development credits for your professional teaching license too. So How to Teach Sight Singing is a course that helps you to have a choir that can sight read new music so much faster, have students that compete in festivals, and they won't lose any points for sight singing. Get ways to teach students to sight singing that is integrated with their choral warm-ups. Time saver. Get students learning solfege, maybe as young as 1st or 2nd grade if you're a general music teacher or work closely with one. Streamline your choral reading skills, or your students' choral reading skills, all the way from primary grades through high school. This course teaches you all of that and so much more. And best of all, you're going to start seeing results with How to Teach Sight Singing immediately upon implementation, and it only costs $67. So again, if you're a teacher who would like your students to sight read much better, please understand this. Every class or rehearsal that goes by is a missed opportunity for your students to be learning this. And the standards that students need, they need music literacy skills. That is what the NAFME standards really focus on, even in ensembles. And sight singing is a major vehicle for doing so. Your students will absolutely be better musicians once they understand what those dots and lines on paper actually mean. They're not just following contours and learning by ear, they're actually reading. That's what happens when they have a sight singing foundation. So, act now before it's too late and they lose the opportunity to learn this. So, get on board with How to Teach Sight Singing from Uplevel U Music today.